All right, hello everybody. It's been a while since I made a video, but today I kind of want to go over how I caught around 10 points on ES, which is not too much. Recently I've been scalping more than I've been actually holding, but today, was one of those days that I wasn't on for the AM session, so I wanted to log in, get a quick scalp because I was working up at 4 in the morning with a huge migraine, so I decided to go back to sleep and then wake up for PM session, which is what I did. And because of that, I mean, I kind of missed all of this. So you know what? It is what it is. Just gotta deal with whatever happens. Going over how I took this, so I'll make it as fast as I can. And first, I want to hop into the obvious. And what you would probably see first if you're watching these, your footprint, your DOM, and the heat map itself, you see that here. You see it just sticks out. It sticks out. You see you have this positive 1400 delta, and then you see it right here in the summary profile. And then you see on the heat map in that same spot, the 715, you see you have all these offers. You see buyers aggressively trading into it. Now I'm gonna play this so you see what it looks like on the heat map and then how price reacts. As you see, we trade into these buyers get absorbed like nearly right away, and then just look at what keeps happening. And just take a look at these 715s. It's where you want to keep your eye on. Look at the DOM right here. Look at the summary right here. Now, boom, look at that. Look at your delta. Look at this. So this shows us that 179 contracts got absorbed at the 715. And you can verify with the delta. We have a positive 1800 delta now, which is a 400 increase. And let me play this out right here to 1230. So just look at what happens in the footprint. Boom, look at that. Realistically, with this, um, with all this aggression, price should have, popped out of this high. So now we're making equal highs here at the 715s. And then look at that. Look at our delta. We have 2.2 thousand on our delta. That's from buyers attempting again. I'll play this again in the book map so you can see it develop. So again, see our delta keeps climbing, but we still are not able to break this high. So at this point, you might think, and I thought, don't get me wrong, I also thought, all right, so these buyers are not going to be able to push price, any higher. They're getting absorbed. So I'm gonna start looking to get in with the first seller that appears. So I attempted a short around here ish. Whenever the seller pops up. So like around here, I attempted a short. Um, my stop was right at the 715.25, so I was risking like a point and a half. If I'm not wrong. And again, like I'll be going back and forth playing this between the heat map and the footprint. Also make sure to watch the DOM as you can see went from that negative 1400 delta we had from prior. So you can see this was a level where buyers have previously attempted at. Um and you can see every time they attempted to pop price up, they got shut down. Attempted here, they got shut down. I mean here they wasn't even an attempt, like they just got straight shut down. to just pay attention to the print. Speed this up a little more. So now we have positive 1200 delta, 1400, 1500, just in that little spot. So because of that, now I attempt shorts. And guess what? The shorts actually start playing out my way for a little bit. As you can see, if I play this right here, I'll just give it a second. Should we see it right there again? Actually, it was right here that I attempted shorts. I'm sorry. Look at that. Like there goes my short. So I'm in my bidding profit. And if you give it a second, you'll see what happens next. So now, I instantly went break even. Around here, I got broken even in this. Although I could have, logically kept my stop loss right here, but if you're gonna see in a second, if I did, it would have been stopped out. Because what I believe is that, let's say you have a hammer and then you hit a wall enough times with it, it's bound to break, it will break. So, using that logic here, you see buyer trades into here. You see this positive 4,000 delta. Yes, sellers do get a slight push down. But if you just give it a second, okay, here we go again. So see now we have all these, contracts getting absorbed here at that 715. So we even ticked up once. Every time we trade into the 715, um, passive seller absorbs all these buyers. Again, passive seller absorbs these buyers. Passive seller absorbs these buyers again and again. And then boom, there's that break. So see, 634 more contracts were absorbed here. Look at our delta. See that? It's nearly 6,000 delta. Now I want to play this on the footprint. And then I want to show why I, instantly flipped my bias bullish if it wasn't already obvious. And I was able to take a fill here at these 716 on the dot. So just look. So every time we get to that tick, 715, at this point, as I said, I was at my short. And then shortly after, I go break even on it. Good, that boom, we trade right back into it. Trade again, again, again. Now we have positive 4,000 on our delta. I could just speed this up a little more. The break should be coming right about now. So we go again. And then boom, now we have that break right there. So now, if it isn't already obvious, you can see here we clearly have a wall. We hit it enough times, we broke it. And what does it say? We have all the spots of the delta, and it just tells us buyers were active in here. So in any scenario that price trades down into the 715, my thesis would have been, okay, so since buyers were active here and they aggressively tried to break, that 715 and they were getting absorbed, they're gonna, if sellers attempt to trade back into 715s and they are not as aggressive, so they it's comes down in like a weak manner, if that makes sense. I'll show it on the foot and the not the footprint, but the heat map in a second. And with that logic, I decided to enter long at the 715s with my stop loss right below. I'm sorry, not 715s. I entered at 716 with my stop loss right below 714.75 right there. So again, the thesis would have been that, let's say sellers were able to push price, to the 715s. If they were able to wick below it, get even two ticks below it, I mean, they would most likely take control and start pushing price down and then validate this short setup that was playing out. So just pay attention here in the book map. Okay, you see that we trade right into it, and look at that. Not a tick lower, not a tick higher. As soon as we traded into it, look at our CBD. Barely even took a, barely even moved, barely even moved. And so it's right there. Boom, we instantly pop up. Now, as soon as we start popping up, I take my fill right here at the 716s. Let me play it on heat, not heat map, but the footprint. See, boom, there we go. We wick it. And then as soon as we wick it, we aggressively start pushing up right away from all these buyers stepping in. So just give it a second. After, yep, as you can see, these buyers foot step in, and then we just start rallying up. So this on its own could be another setup. So absorption continuation. So sellers not being able to push price. You can see that we're forming this block right here. Look at the volume in this. So you could also have used that as an entry because the sellers were getting absorbed right here in this LVN of our footprint. I also like using these when we have these low volume nodes. And then when buyers step in, we instantly start going up aggressively. Now I want to play this on the heat map once again. Look at that. There it is. Now look, so now you have these buyers right here that sellers did attempt to absorb, but I want you to just look at this. Pay attention to these two buyers right here. Their end goal will be to attempt to defend these 19s, 18s. So look how they do it. See price trading, trying to trade down, trade down, trade down, and then this buyer and or these buyers are just protecting their position. Look at that, these sellers get absorbed right here. 117 contracts get absorbed. Look at that, buyers are able to get that pop up again. And then now that I'm noticing that we're trading into this previous demand zone that we had broken, so I was looking to exit. So I was, really paying attention to this 25 right here. As you can see, I have 296 contracts sitting there. This 6725. So I just waited for a price to trade into it, which you will see in a second. If I just fast forward or speed this up a little bit, I'm sorry. So yeah, around there, I exit my trade for around 9 or 10-ish points. And honestly, this is just a really simple setup that you could see. I mean, I wouldn't say it happens every day, because I personally haven't seen it happen every day, but once you spot it, it just comes in handy. Let's say you got stopped out, you could instantly flip your bias and you're able to catch something and just override that loss. Now, do not confuse that with revenge trading, please. It's two completely different things. Flipping your bias and then revenge trading, those are two completely different things. Do not revenge trade. But yeah, I mean, before I end this video, I want to show it here on the footprint. And I want you to pay attention to here again, where these buyers were active at. Now, in a situation like this, you could expect these buyers to play defense, whatever you want to call it. So just speed this up. That was my trade for today. I did take another one, but I'm not really gonna go over this one too much. I just wanted to go over this, scalp, which comes from, on a rare occasion. This short, I mean, it was pretty common. It was just me using this demand zone and an absorption here at these highs, and then it's just a simple absorption, a reversal setup that I took. So I hope you found this video useful. It's not the best. I struggle talking a lot because right now I'm sitting in a post migraine state and my head is all over the place. And yeah, I'm still having like side effects from that migraine I had earlier. But hey, we're good. Yeah, have a good one.